So continuing from the previous video, x raised to the power of 12 multiplied by y raised to the power of 2 times 3, 6. So that will now be your answer. So at the end of the day, you have to make it together. It will now be 12, x raised to the power of 12, y raised to the power of 6 as your final answer. I hope that is clear and understandable. Another question is this. Suppose if you got this correctly, that's 5 marks for you. Simplify. Let's say the question says simplify into bracket a raised to the power of 2, right? B raised to the power of 3, all raised to the power of 4. It is just as I did, and that's a previous question. It will now be a, to make it a little faster now. Okay, let me take it slow. Our answer will be equal to a raised to the power of 2 multiplied by 4 times b raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 4. And that will give you a raised to the power of 2 times 4, 8. Then multiply by b raised to the power of 3 times 4, 12. Final answer will be a raised to the power of 8, b raised to the power of 12. And that will be the final answer. I see that it is very, very simple. Now let me try something a little different now. Something a little different. Suppose you have, and this may be the last question, but after this I'll take one more, and that will be the last for now. Until we meet again in the next video, where I'll be explaining solving some much more complex questions, right? So let's look at this together. Into bracket 2n raised to the power of 3, n raised to the power of 2, close brackets, all square, divided by 4n raised to the power of 2n. Now this is a question. Can we solve this? You can find this mostly in SS1 mathematics. Now, it is as simple as it appears, right? What do I mean? I want to apply as many laws of indices as possible. First of all, the 2 outside. Okay, let me distribute this now. If you distribute that, you have 2 multiplying n raised to the power of 3, also multiplying n raised to the power of 2, close bracket, all power 2, divided by 4 n power 2 and n. I'm interested in this because there is an overall power outside of the bracket. So this will now give you 2 raised to the power of 2, right? Because this power 2 will come and affect it, times n raised to the power of 3 into bracket 2, because this power 2 will affect it, times n raised to the power of 2 into bracket 2, then divided by 4n raised to the power of 2n. I hope I'm not too fast. And this will give you 2 power 2 rather, is 4 times n raised to the power of 3 times 2, 6 times n raised to the power of 2 times 2, 4, divided by 4n raised to the power of 2, then what? N. Is that not so? Now, how do you solve this question? First of all, let me distribute this one. If I distribute that, I'll have 4 times n raised to the power of 6 times n raised to the power of 4 divided by 4 times n raised to the power of 2 times n. Now, I have told you before that a divided by b is the same thing as a all over b. So this first expression you have here can be your a, and this other expression you have here can be your b, so that b will come down, a will go up. If you do that, you will have 4 times n raised to the power of 6 times n raised to the power of 4 all over 4 times n raised to the power of 2 times n. Now when you do that, you know that they are all, okay, let me apply proper law of indices now. This is power 1, this is power 1, is that not so? Normally some people will just say cut these ones because they can actually divide, but I don't want to do that. I want to apply law of indices. If you do that, you are correct. If I apply law of indices, this is 4, this is 4, so they have the same base. So I will say 4 raised to the power of 1, I can divide, right? Okay, let me separate them for ease. 4 raised to the power of 1 divided by 4 raised to the power of 1, that's for these two. Then times m raised to the power of 6 over m raised to the power of 2 times n raised to the power of 4 over n raised to the power of 1, because this will have a power 1, right? The reason I can do it like this is because multiplication is what they have in between. If it was not multiplication, I wouldn't have been able to do it like this. I just hope you're getting it. Now, 4 can cancel 4, but I don't want to do it that way. They have the same base, so let me apply law of indices. 4 raised to the power of 1 minus 1, right? Multiplied by n raised to the power of 6 minus 2, multiplied by n raised to the power of 4 minus 1. And so this will give you 4 raised to the power of 0, because 1 minus 1 is 0, times n raised to the power of 6 minus 2 is 4, times n raised to the power of 4 minus 1 is 3. Now, according to the law, any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. So 1 multiplied by 4 raised to the power of n raised to the power of 4 times n raised to the power of 3. So you can multiply through now. 1 times anything is that same thing. So 1 times n raised to the power of 4 is n raised to the power of 4, and that times n raised to the power of 3 is n raised to the power of 4, n raised to the power of 3. Now the question is it m that comes before n or n comes before n? You can put it any way, you'll still be correct. I think m comes before n. So the final answer will be 1 n raised to the power of 4, n raised to the power of 3. But 1 is usually an invisible coefficient, so there's no need to write 1. You could just leave it as n raised to the power of 4, n raised to the power of 3 as your final answer. You see the solution from the beginning down to this point. So on your own, you could just study it. Okay, and if you have a question, perhaps something that I said that you disagree with, or even if you agree, you could just drop something on the comment section. So what you're going to do for me so that other persons will have to enjoy the benefits of this video is to like. Yes, like the video, share it, subscribe if you have not done so, right? Subscribe, like, share, subscribe, so that other people would also be able to benefit just as you have benefited. I've taken not more than 10 questions thus far, and I think out of all the questions, it is only this one that looks a little bit detailed, and there are still many more questions. As a matter of fact, WIEC related questions that we're going to solve under laws of indices. The goal is to solve as many as 50 questions. I believe that in the process we would have touched so much, right? Would have touched so much, and there is hardly, if you are able to understand everything that I'm explaining and that I will continue to explain, there's hardly a question you see in your WIEC or even JAM that you will not be able to attend to. So thank you very much and have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day.